What is up, everyone? Episode 41. Paul, Zach, myself are together again for the first time, I think, in a couple episodes, which is cool. I know we're busy. I know Zach and I head out this week to West Coast for rehearsals to the start of the Shinedown. I know Paul has been out there with, I can't even think of the name of the band.
Pears, Corn fame.
Yeah, Corn. I've heard of them. But yeah, man, let's start with you, Paul. How have you been? Like, what's the temperature out there like?
Hell. Currently in Erie, Pennsylvania, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, God, it's still there?
Do you know what's in Erie, Pennsylvania? Fucking nothing.
Nothing at all.
Nothing.
There's a minor league baseball team.
Yeah, I was going to say the minor league.
It's right next to the arena, actually.
Yes.
Oh, okay. We don't even have a show here. We just have a day off on our way to Saginaw, Michigan.
Saginaw.
Going to Saginaw. Show there. A lot of these are just C&D markets. So we're going to Saginaw. And then I only got like 7 shows left of this tour. And yeah, man, it's been a short but long tour. Like it's dragging.
Have you shaved your pubic hair at all, you think? Or
no, I haven't been home to get any product. So I'm growing. Yes, I have not been home to get my Manscape package.
I looked down today.
Plus, it's my winter coat. So
yeah, I looked down today, and I was, dude, I haven't shaved. I don't think I've shaved since I've been off tour. My pubic hair looks like John's face right now.
Dude, we have our
gnarly.
We're Manscaped like brand. Like what the hell? Come on,
dude. I know. I'm telling you what. I'm gonna break out the lawnmower after this because I'm trying to get my wife.
Yo,
where'd you get the bag from, dude?
He got special treatment.
No, you have to look at the bottom of your box, Zach. You get the travel bag.
I haven't been home yet, so I don't have my Manscaped stuff yet. But like,
what, man, that weed eater, the nose hair trimmer, the best thing of all time.
That could probably clean out a good labia area too, I think, if it was dry.
Oh my God, dude.
We're back, guys. We are back. We took last week off. Wow. I didn't start the timer, crap. All right. We took last week off. Yeah. It's I've been good. I had my first bone break, my first child injury, yes. Paul.
Yes.
You're off. So I sent it in text, I guess, but I know you're off.
No, I saw. I was in on the.
Yeah. How'd you hit your kid though? Like I want to know that.
What did he do to break it?
You know what's funny is like, as soon as I posted that, a bunch of people were like, "What happened to his elbow? What happened to his elbow?" And that's what it felt like. It felt like someone was like,
"You're just being questioned."
Did you do it?
Yeah.
Like,
you should have said something.
I'm like, have you ever met this kid? Like,
you're like, no, I punched him in the stomach. There's no bruising.
Yeah,
so,
dude. I'll tell you what I do. This is gonna get CPS called on me.
Oh, great.
He was reaching for the wagyu and he just got slapped by a spatula.
Snap.
I just took his elbow and no, I flick him on his head. He hates it.
Dude,
because I can't spank him because
yeah.
Here's the thing. It's kind of the reason I don't spank him is kind of the reason that we knew that his elbow was broken. He doesn't cry from pain. He cries if he's throwing a fit. If he wants something, he doesn't get it. He cries for that. If he hurts himself, he gets mad. Like he gets mad, but he doesn't cry. He's never cried from pain. When he fell off a 6-foot playground ladder,
he was pushed off a 6-foot playground ladder by his father.
He might have been. And when it happened, I'll tell you this: there was other kids climbing up at the same time, and I looked at my wife. I go, "If that's another kid, I go, he's going to the hospital, and I'm going to prison." So I'll murder another kid. Like it was the worst feeling I've ever had that didn't involve like pain for myself. Like watching him, because like as soon as he fell, he started crying, and me and Beth were like, "Oh, yeah, something's broken." Like he does not cry, and I was like, "Something is broken." And then he's holding his arm and he's not moving, and I'm like, "Okay," because the way the playground structure was it was like this, like, you got all the stairs that you run up to and there's like a platform, right?
Sure.
And then there was a taller platform, but the design flaw in this was it was a giant circle in the middle of the platform with a ladder that you climbed up. So it was just like a big like fire hole. And he was trying to climb up it and he fell. That's where he fell from, and he hit that platform. And I was like, and then we were at the Creation Museum, which is like this big like Christian museum. Awesome. So thanks a lot, God, for hurting my child.
His fault.
He also Ollie also ruined, or Avi also ruined Bethany's birthday too, which I would be pissed about Bethany.
It was. Yeah. I'll tell you what. It'll be a birthday that she'll never forget for sure. She was like, we're taking him to the. We had to find, and also like getting hurt.
To the vet.
Yeah.
No, Zach took him to the same pediatric doctor that Zach goes to.
Yeah,
they go
the
to
same place Zach takes Cash and the horse farm he has now. He took Ollie there.
I brought him to my dentist, and she's like, well, "This is an arm. I don't know what you want me to do with it."
Hey, I was thinking about this. Speaking of horses, what if you started corralling these horses and you just sold them off, even though they're not yours? Like you can get some good money for it.
You can make decent money from horses.
Get a horse trailer and just start selling these random horses.
Speaking of, I will get back to the Avery story, but I wrote down a horse thing too. Can you have sex on a horse?
Only one way to find out.
I mean, like you and another person, not with John. I see your fucking wheels turning. On a horse, like, can you fuck like on a horse
while galloping?
You fuck on anything.
No, I don't think it needs to be galloping. But here, that's kind of, I guess, where my question came from. Is if you start fucking on a horse, it's gonna start galloping. Or
is it alive or is it dead?
Boner. What are you, John? Yeah. It's alive.
I'm just saying, if it's dead and it's just laying there, then
you can have sex on a dead anything. I'm pretty sure.
Well, you can have sex on anything, really.
Yeah, I mean, why not? If the horse doesn't mind, who cares?
All right, does
the horse get a boner if you start banging on it?
Like reverse cowgirl, like, yeah, you can fucking, why not?
I think that's literally someone riding a horse backwards. I don't think that's where the name came from.
Oh, okay, fair. But I mean, think about it, like, yeah, you have somebody straddling you, why not?
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing though, it's kind of
John, look at John look off in the distance right now.
Yeah, he's thinking about something.
He's like,
wasn't there that?
I wish our podcast production was that much better to where it just goes
just floats off into the skit. Shows something John's thinking about.
It floats off into the skit like on like Saved by the Bell when Zach Morris thinks about being married to Kelly or like having kids and all this.
It's John thinking about fucking with horses or something.
Something off a horse. No, wasn't there that video of Mr. Hand?
Casually,
that famous video of Mr. Hand where the guy gets fucked by the horse.
Yeah,
the famous video of Mr. Hand. Some guy gets
that guy got killed, right?
Yeah, I think so.
By the horse's dick or what?
Well, a climax. Yeah.
Yeah, His name was Mr. Hands. I believe he died.
What kind of name is that?
I don't know. It probably has something to do with horses, I'm guessing.
I was going to say Mr. Handy or something.
It was a very tall horse.
The Enumclaw horse case. Yeah, so let's see. Kenneth Pinion, an engineer.
That sounds like
an engineer for Boeing.
Thank you. They're so corrupt and disgusting. Makes me sick.
The incident that killed Pinion occurred at a 40-acre farm located in unincorporated Kingstown, Washington, 5 miles northwest of Enumclaw. Sergeant John Ukehart of the Sheriff's Office, John Guarneri, said that typically men were having sex with a horse on the property of James Michael Tate. Shout out to James Tate, a truck driver who lived in a trailer next to the farm. But on this particular night, is my understanding that the horse wasn't particularly receptive.
No shit.
Yeah, no duh.
So Pinion Tate and a third identified man snuck into the barn, Southwest 444th Street Farm. I love that they gave the address just in case you want
to go over there.
Lay some flowers upon his death spot. The men would often visit the farm. An unidentified man dropped Pinion off at the Enumclaw. Hold on, I got to read this part. Either Pinion, because it says it on Wikipedia. Either Pinion or the unidentified man recorded Tate being anally penetrated by a stallion known as Big Dick.
Not like literally that's the horse's name, Big Dick.
Could you imagine as the owner that you look out into your pasture after a day of chores
and John's out there with a horse?
See a guy or horse butt fucking in the alfalfa field? Like, I'd be aghast. I'd shoot both.
It says Pinion sustained internal injuries. Oh no doubt.
Shit.
including a perforated colon.
Yeah,
His death was ruled accidental.
He drowned
accidental. Yeah. Oh my God.
It's an accident, guys.
He tripped.
Don't worry about it. Yeah, he tripped and fell on a horse cock. First off, can we discuss the irony of the fact that this horse's name was Big Dick?
It was probably It was probably Richard or Ed or something.
Yeah.
Big Richard.
Big and rich.
Big and rich.
Rich was the dick.
Oh my God.
Don't save a horse.
Yeah,
Ride a cowboy.
fucking cowboy.
Ride anything else.
You know what? Shout out to them for not killing the horse, though. 'Cause I know we've talked
It's
about
not the
this
horse's fault.
That's what I'm saying. Like we've always talked about on here. Like I always get mad when they kill sharks.
Okay, but hear me out here though. What if the horse? Okay, what if the horse attempted to rape the male? Are we able to define that? Are we able to even like? So here's my thing.
Listen, him walking around wearing that. What was he thinking was going to happen?
Okay,
what was he wearing?
What was he wearing at the time?
How about a chimpanzee or gorilla, which is they're very
Prone
smart,
to
right?
rape?
Or an animal is very smart. They know what they're doing. Would we feel this? Would we have to arrest or shoot the ape that's trying to rape a man or a woman? Like, where do we draw the line between?
I don't think we ever shoot rape apes. I just think we shoot ones that try to kill people. Which again, your kid shouldn't be in the enclosure.
Yeah, true. What was that ape's name? Harambe?
Harambe, dude, shout out.
Yeah,
Dicks out for Harambe, dude.
Fuck, man. When he threw that kid around like a sponge, that thing was awesome.
Listen, Harambe didn't deserve. Harambe was too good for this world, man. He didn't deserve to die.
I tell you what, though, like I do fault the parents and the kids and dumbass. Even the kids.
Keep an eye on your fucking kids.
But I would tell you this: any animal kills my child, whether it's their fault or not, I'm wiping that animal species off the earth. Sorry. and the closest relative
species.
Every one of those dirty fuckers.
If you're within 50 yards, I'm putting a pistol round into your head.
Oh man, this is intense. That's a lot. Anyway,
wow.
Paul, what was your horse question again?
I don't know. I don't know anymore.
Anyway, back. So about this. We're just gonna go back to the everything for a second, but getting injured I know the juxtaposition of talking about a horses banging and then talking about my son is very strange.
Gosh.
Dude, getting injured in a state that you don't live in is trying to find a hospital or whatever. Dude, it's so bad, man. It sucks so bad to try to make that happen and get in there and be like, oh yeah, I gotta find a place. Luckily, there was this lady who was a nurse there. And she goes, I would go to this place. So she wrote down the place that we should went to. We're in Cincinnati though. So
what if Avery was like, Dad, you guys are in there, you're not paying attention. He's the nurse or whatever, doctor's talking to him. He's like, hey, don't tell my parents, but can I get some Percocet? Wonder what that doctor would have said. What do you got for pain relief?
Well, we asked them, we were like, what should we give them? And they were like, yeah, maybe some ibuprofen or Motrin or whatever. But yeah, he was pretty brave, man. He doesn't really sit still very much. So the fact that he just sat there and let him set his arm. And by the way, I don't know if you guys have ever had a cast on in the last couple of years or seen a cast be put on. It's not hard.
We should start doing it more often.
It's not I could do it.
You can put a cast on anything.
Anything, dude. I thought it was plaster. And I thought there was a lot of things involved. They put this little cotton sleeve on, and then they wrap it with a bunch of stuff, and then they just get this wrap wet and wrap it. And then it gets hard. I don't want to know.
Here he comes, ladies and gentlemen. Go ahead,
he is, guys. Go ahead.
Could you imagine the smell of a vagina that's got a cast on it? It's been on a tarmac in Iraq, just sweating in the heat. There's nothing worse than
Why do we still do this?
There's nothing worse than a cast smell, but one that's sweaty.
As soon as we get sponsored, we get canceled.
Oh, so foul.
Oh man, that's so gross. Where would you put a vagina cast though? Now that we're talking about it,
it would be like a chastity belt, right?
Yeah.
I guess
It'd have to be like a full.
Imagine that thing just absorbing queens and farts.
Oh my god! It would be a cast diaper essentially.
Yeah, it gets too moist, it falls apart.
John. Oh my god!
Oh my god! That'd be so foul. It's just like that's probably one of the worst smells ever. A wet cast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Anyway,
I don't know where to go from here.
Back to Avery. So, has he hit anyone yet with a cast yet? His brother,
His
the dog.
brother.
Yeah, of course he has. Yep, absolutely.
Great weapon for him.
Do you know? I feel like I saw the exact moment that he realized he possessed a weapon
That
was permanently on his body. As they were on the trampoline, which he's not supposed to be on. And he was like, all they do is wrestle. I mean, I have two boys. If you have boys, you understand. Like they just wrestle. That's all they want to do. So they're wrestling, and then his arm kind of like rubbed against the side of Ollie's head, and Ollie was like, "Ow!" And I see Avery be like, "Oh yeah,
just throwing elbows.
This is a weapon.
Right.
We got a weapon on our hands now, kids." So I was like, and then now like I'll hear him cry, but so now that I got them this Tesla 4-wheeler. It's an all-electric ATV. It's actually really sick looking, but it has a slow mode, so I can set it to like only like 6 or 7 miles an hour, and they can do it.
How fast can it go?
It'll go like 15 or 20 with me on it.
Damn.
But I got that for him, so now they ride around on that. But Avery is desperately trying to drive it with one arm, and I'm like, dude, you cannot drive this thing. You cannot drive this thing.
He's already like in high school, cigarette in the other arm, on driving with his knee, drinking a Mountain Dew.
It's pretty great. Speaking of, so when all that happened and went down, we were at a museum. And one of the main things that was closed about the museum was this huge dinosaur exhibit they have.
Not real.
I guess this is kind of a gripe, but not really. How you notice that like when you go to a museum, first off, they won't tell you what's closed like before you get there. But secondly, you know what? You know what exhibits never closed, I've noticed, is the gift shop. They're never doing maintenance on the fucking gift shop, bro. Because they want you to spend all your money at the gift shop. The gift shop's never under construction or down for the day. There's always the gift shop's always open, man.
Yeah.
So
that's the bread and butter.
The Creation Museum, for people who are familiar, I went there, probably a year after it was built. It's like the huge Noah's Ark, right? And it's just like, whether, not to be religious or not, whether you believe in it or not, who cares?
It doesn't matter what you believe in. And you know what's cool about the Creation Museum? Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, it's really cool. Like Asa says, it's really cool.
The Creation Museum shows both points of view in every exhibit.
From science to God, like it's just really cool.
Literally, it's like world perspective, like God, like non-believer perspective, and it's not like chastising. It's like this is what some people believe, and this is what we believe, and like it was very well done. It's not like, hey, fuck these people, they're wrong.
No, it's not political. It's just very.
It's literally this is the worldview, or this is whatever a science worldview or whatever. This is what we believe, and it's every exhibit's like that. This is how these people think we came to be. This is how we think we came to be. And it was really good. Like, I thought it was great. The Ark is new. It's only been there for a couple years, I think now. But I don't care what you believe in. It's vast. The size of this thing. It's worth it to go see.
Yes.
It's, because the thing was right. It was two of every animal came so they could start the new world and create life and all this stuff. And not like two, polar bears. It was just two bears, just two. It wasn't like, two of this kind of dog, two of this kind of dog, two of this. It was like just two of the whatever species. But dude, this thing is so big. I mean, it is standing next to it. You're just like, it's so immense, and it's so like I was about to say real looking. I don't know who knows what the Ark really looked like, but it had that vibe to it. It was just really cool, man. It was fun to go to. I suggest anybody go to it if they're around the Cincinnati area. I highly enjoyed it, but exhibits being closed.
Amon Amarth actually uses the Ark too for the music videos. Yeah,
I believe that actually.
As they should, dude.
Yes.
You know, I was laughing about it. I was like, man, I go, this thing would be badass if there was like no air conditioning or exit signs, or like it was like actually like real.
A
Let's
real
do
arc.
it real. We walked in, dude, and I was like, every time I'd see an elevator, I'm like, damn, dude, imagine the technology back then, dude. They put the first elevator in this bitch.
Dude, they have Wi-Fi up in the Aegean Sea.
We were walking in, and you can see just like 50 giant air conditioners on top. I'm like, dude, what were these people bitching about?
They like, what's in the basement? Well, that's where all the freaks are. It's like this kangaroo, zebra,
Yeah, all weird looking.
gang rape,
Yeah,
this creature,
baboons. You're like, what the fuck is this?
baboon
man.
with two-hand lips.
Real quick, we lost an amazing legend this week, Mr. Scott Hall.
Oh,
Damn
Shout out to Scott Hall.
don't get me started, man.
That was a rough one, man. You know what it's got to suck though is like it's kind of happened with Glenn Fry, like from the Eagles, right? Like you go in and you have surgery, and you know I can't imagine that thing where it's like you go in, you're just gonna have surgery on something that's not life threatening at all,
3 heart attacks later,
and you don't come out of it.
Yeah,
What a weird thing for your family. Like I remember Glenn Fry had a surgery, and then like he died. Like I mean, you know, it was like complications from surgery, but like I don't know, man. That's a sad way to go.
Scott Hall, legit. Me and Kent went to WrestleMania a few years back, and Scott Hall made an appearance at like a live podcast. Scott Hall is no joke in my top 3 favorite wrestlers of all time. So like I was like, what the fuck? Like
He was looking
I
healthy.
remember him as a promo
bad.
when I was a kid was the first thing to be like, wow, that guy's like an actual bad guy. Like
Yeah.
he
when
was the
he
first
came
heel that
out-
was believable for me.
When he came out to the Fuji's for ECW during that time where it's like no one knew what was happening, it was so badass.
Oh
The
yeah, dude.
toothpick,
Like
just so.
I mean, one of the best and most quoted bad guys
Of all time.
in the history of
Was he-
wrestling.
It's just I was convinced he was Cuban. That's how good he was. Like this guy is legit.
When he
Dominican
came out, you
or-
thought he was Absolutely.
Was
He's
he?
promos when he was
Hold
in
on,
the
Scott Hall's not
WWF.
Cuban? No. I'm just kidding.
You're like, wait a
He's
minute.
why
What?
I can't shave my chest. It's in honor of Scott Hall. Like that guy oozed like he was
Machismo.
so.
Oh
Dude.
man. I mean, yeah, truly like just this like macho.
He was cool as fuck. He was cool as cool can get.
He was athletic. He could beat the shit out of you. He was awesome matches. Probably the greatest wrestler to never win the championship, heavyweight
Correct.
championship. I would say
Hands down.
He never
outside
won
the-
a heavyweight
never-
championship. Did he ever
never
win tag
won
team
the-
championship?
No, he won
Tag team
it once
Intercontinental.
he won it once in WCW, and it was a very short reign. It wasn't incredibly long, I believe. I don't quote me on it, but
I actually think he's never even won that. I mean, he's won Intercontinental, he's won tag team, and stuff like that. But I think he's the greatest wrestler to
He
never.
was a television
proper-
champion at WCW for a minute, and they were like, "This is a stupid fucking title."
But he didn't need the belt though either. Like
He never. That is one character that never
Right.
needed a title.
You don't.
He
'cause
went to WCW. It was his idea to do NWO, and it changed the game of wrestling forever.
100%.
Like he's the reason that wrestling changed as big as it did. Kevin Nash obviously do, but it was Scott Hall's idea. Like, hey, we should come in and be like these bad guys that nobody knows who the fuck we are.
It's crazy that
The coolest.
When you as a kid you watch wrestling and you're like the joy these wrestlers bring to you as a kid or even now growing up watch, but when you realize what they put their bodies through and what the injuries they're hiding and the addictions, all the shit they go through, it's super surreal that as you get older now, like myself, I look back and I go, man, these guys were in so much pain, whether it was they're doing or vice versa. Like you hear all these stories now coming out where Undertaker's wrestling for a year and a half with a pulled groin just because he didn't want some tibby up in the bleeding section to not get his money's worth of the Undertaker. It's like it kind of puts stuff in perspective. Like wrestling, I think with Scott Hall's death, you're kind of like, dude, this guy affected everyone knew who this guy was. His impact on everything.
But see, that's the thing. We got friends like Baron Corbin. He stubs his fucking toe when he's out of work for a week. Like, fuck off.
What a pussy.
Well, I think
bitch. He doesn't listen to this podcast, so we talk all the shit.
I also
it's not going to come back.
I also think though it's generally like now the doctors and stuff like you have to. I get
because
that.
of
I mean, look at
CTE.
Big E with a neck injury.
Because of CTE, and like look at Daniel Bryan. You know, he thought he was never going to wrestle again, and
Same thing with Edge. Same thing. Broken neck.
Edge. You know, but well, here's the thing: when that happened to him, there probably wasn't a surgery that they could do to fix it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you look at these guys now.
I love professional wrestling.
I mean, also, I think what people don't understand about that sport is like, you know, it's the same thing as touring, right? You look at this thing and you go, oh, these guys are mega rich and they live this glamorous life. Like, dude, traveling as a wrestler has to suck so bad because
dude, Tommy has told me the things he's got to do. It's
like, here's the thing:
rent your own car and fucking
I'll let you guys in on a little some WWE secrets, right? They book your flights and make your schedule, and that's it. That's all they do.
You're responsible.
You got to book your own hotel. And guess what? If you're doing a TV show, which is Monday, and then say Tuesday, Wednesday, you have a house show, you have to get yourself to those other cities.
Yeah, on your own dime. On
your own dime. You book your own rental cars. I think they may reimburse you for gas, maybe.
They do a Adam was saying they do a reimbursement thing every mile or 50 something cents or whatever it is. Like it's basically like the federal government.
Yeah. So I mean, what people don't realize is like these guys aren't like flying in on private jets, wrestling, flying home. You know, if they
some of them are.
Yeah, two of them. You know, if you do, you know, whatever, a show in Chicago on Monday, and then you got to be in whatever, you know, Madison, Wisconsin on Tuesday for a house show, they fly to Chicago. You have to rent your own car. You have to you have to book your own hotel. And most of the time, especially the lower to mid-level guys, they ride 4 to a car.
That's what they've been doing
Hyundai
for years.
Because that's you save money. You're saving money.
Has there been a wrestler that's recorded these car rides and like put it out there? Because I think that there's
that's kind of like a fourth wall that you don't. They tried doing the ride along thing like on the WWE network. Like,
like stage. I'm talking like.
No, they don't. They don't want you to know.
That's one of those like fourth walls you don't really they don't talk about kind of thing.
Yeah, because WWE wants you to think that they really take care of these people when they really don't. You know?
Well, not only that, like that's when they talk about the business, the fucking shit that actually.
These guys are also making some pretty good money though on merch, and I mean, here's the thing: if you're good at what you do, like any job, I mean,
not the wrestlers.
The wrestlers aren't making money.
Like
5%.
Yeah, if that, and you have to be a top guy to really make.
So I'm saying somebody like AJ Styles who just resigned for $3 billion a year. Guys, if you're good and a brand, like you can make money there.
You can negotiate your deal and all that. Yeah, sure.
Because I think a lot of the sticking points where a lot of these wrestlers want to do their Twitch channels or all this individual stuff, which
they shut that shit down.
I mean, I get why WWE wouldn't, but I mean, I don't know. All that goes back to I mean, we could say all we want about wrestlers, but I mean, no one's forcing these guys to wrestle.
Oh, 100%.
It just,
and that's like, especially like when you think about those things, right? Like, you got into it on your own. The same thing as the CTE.
You have to love
thing,
what you do. You have to love what you do. Okay.
Mm-hmm. There's people who obviously still enjoy it because they're still out there doing it. It's not that.
I mean, I'm watching WrestleMania.
Oh, dude.
Are you going to go?
Stone Cold. I thought about going, but I only have 4 days home. So I'm like, I can't.
It's like you only have 3 days home now, dude.
Yeah,
you gotta go, bro.
Well, it's 2 fucking days.
Oh yeah,
you get to see.
It starts like the day I end this tour, so I could go. Then it's like
screw their kids, screw home, dude. Cody Rhodes is back in WWE fighting fucking.
He hasn't made the appearance yet, right?
No, but he's confirmed. He's signed a 3-year
He's gonna
deal.
like what's? Oh, he probably appears tonight. I would assume.
He left AEW to go back to WWE.
Yeah,
that's the next thing that's going to start happening in wrestling. People
jumping back and forth.
They're going to try to get people to leave AEW.
He was a founder of AEW. No one go back. So that's huge for WWE to have back. It's just I just love. Remember growing up with like Nitro and going against Raw, like all these shit. Dude, bring that back.
It was fun.
Bring it back.
It made
Adam
it fun,
Scherr's got his whole thing going. Control your narrative with EZ3 and Karrion Kross. Dude, I'm all for sports entertainment. Bring it all back.
Yeah,
American Gladiator, Thunderdome, fuck it. Mad Max shit.
American Gladiator.
I
love American Gladiator so much.
They have to and make it like a newer,
deadlier.
Yes.
Oh man,
Real
I love it.
weapons.
I love it so much, dude. I love American Gladiator. We so I
The
took,
last competition, you jump through a door. It's like 6 dudes oiled up with erections chasing you around. You're like, God
oh
damn
my
it!
god!
I don't want to win. How do I win?
I want to see American Gladiator meets like Jackass cast. Like,
Oh shit!
can you imagine? Like,
If
how
some
good
guy
that
ran
would
at
be?
me with a pile of snakes, I'd run out of the arena. Later.
I bet you would actually. That'd be great. I took Ollie to a game the other night, to a Grizzlies game, and it was like a women's maybe International Women's Day, and the video guys know who I am, where I sit, because sometimes they'll be like, hey, can we put you on the screen, and be like, Zach Myers shut up. I'm like, yeah, that's fine. So the guy comes up to me, he's like, hey Zach, he's like, hey, it's International Women's Day, do you mind if we put your daughter on the screen? Ollie goes,
For real?
Ollie goes, I'm a boy. It's his favorite thing to say if someone calls him like a little girl.
I'm a boy. John, how's it going?
I'm a boy. I'm like, hey,
I was
listen.
looking up the email to see what
I was
we
just
got.
about to ask. We got anything?
Yeah, he's like, I'm a boy. And I'm like, don't worry, buddy. You can be anything you want to be. You want to swim for a living? Do whatever you want. You want to win first place? I got called a transphobe on Twitter yesterday.
How do I want to know?
I don't even want to get.
Do I want
I
to
got
know
called
how
a trans.
that?
Here's the thing. First off, people need to. I've talked about this before on the podcast. People really need to really Google the word phobia or phobic, or I'm not afraid of anything. I'm pro.
You're afraid of snakes. You do not like snakes.
I do not like snakes, but I did catch one the other day and let it go.
You caught it. You caught it, or your kids caught it for you?
I caught it. I saw it. I walked out to the car.
I know the boys are like snakes. Like, cool.
I walked out to the car. It was sitting right in front of the car, so I grabbed it.
Sell that house.
Anyway, I'm all for everybody being whoever they want to be without bigotry or hatred or judgment. Here's what I'm going to say, and it's going to piss people off, and I don't fucking care anymore. I'm all for trans rights, whatever you want to do. I think everyone should be free to be who they want to be.
Absolutely.
When you start infringing on women's rights, and here's the thing, equal rights is fine, but we all know the truth. So, and I'm not saying all of them. I'm not saying everybody in this demographic. Some people want more rights. They don't want equal rights. And what we're starting to see, and what's bothering me is, if people want to compete in something, I'm fine with that. Women's sports is not Plan B men's sports. Do you know what I mean? That bothers me. It bothers the piss out of me. And the women, shout out to the other women in that race who took the photo all standing together on the same side of the podium. They all crowded together away from the winner and took their, like, literally all separated from the winner, her, and took the photo. And I loved that. I thought that was like a show of solidarity, man, because listen, here's what it's becoming. If you're trans and you want to play a sport, that's fine. Here's where you deny science. Men are genetically more stronger than women. There's a Harvard case study, and I actually read it, people. I read it word for word so I could say this right now. They did a study where they did 10 scenarios, right, of the same weight, same everything, and they would do like a strength thing, like lifting weights, running, whatever. Same height, same build, same weight, everything. The men beat all of them and everything. It's science. Men are stronger than women. That is a scientific fact. Doesn't matter if you get mad at me for fucking saying it. It doesn't change that it's a fucking fact. So a person who wants to change it, that's fine. But when you have women who have worked their entire fucking lives to be number one at something and be the best they can be, and have somebody who was a year ago 492nd, that's a real number in the sport, win a number one spot, that's fucked up, man. Be whoever you want to be. But when it comes to sports, we got to start building some fences here.
You got to have lines somewhere there.
There needs to be lines somewhere, because this shit makes me mad, man. Like I said, I want everyone to have the same amount of rights. Everyone. And I mean that. But when you want more, go fuck yourself. Kindly. I don't give a fuck. You're infringing on women's rights now, who fucking work their asses off to do this. And now just because you say I identify as a woman, that's fine. Good for you.
It's for me, and I think Title IX, the last decades or so, have been done amazing things. There's women that are still dealing with the glass ceiling effect, and no matter what job you are in, you're always dealing with whether it's pay raises, whatever, structure, all the stuff. But for me, I look at it, I go, these females right now, at the top now, right above them now, is a male above them in the glass ceiling, trying to portray a woman, and it's just for me, I'm like. This just sets back everything these women have fought for. The ones that are really suffering, ones that are going through a lot of shit. And for this, I feel bad for the athletes. And it's like, here's the thing. No one cares if you're transgender. Just do your own league or compete in your biological XY chromosome sex. That's all I'm
down with that. That's actually a good idea. Whatever your chromosome is.
Right.
That's your sport.
Science can't be convenient for you. This last 2 years have proved.
I've been saying that.
Just science is science.
They use science when it's convenient for them. Anyway, I got called a transphobe because I talked about them. Basically all I said was,
you can't even talk about it without being labeled. That's what pisses me off.
Yeah.
They want to meet in the middle and have these conversations. You can't even have one side voice an opinion. And my problem here is if you're a female athlete, and there are ones that raced in the NCAA, and I know groups fighting against this, as a woman, keep pushing back. It's okay that you think this is bullshit because it is.
I think there's certain sports that I think I would be okay. I would be okay with it. Like
UFC.
Honestly, like track,
let's see it.
No, not UFC. I'm not okay with it. I'm not okay with a person who was born a man. And people, that's where people are going to get mad because they go, he wasn't born a man. Motherfucker, is there a dick? And then that was one of the tweets I got yesterday. It's like, some women have penises, deal with it. I'm like, no, they don't.
No, they have the same chromosome
women
structure.
have women reproductive
this was my tweet, and that's all I said. And the first tweet's a little mean, but I said, remember, kids, if you want to go from barely making the top 500 in your sport to being number one in just a year's time, you got to work hard, practice constantly, and then forget those two fucking things. Just take the first three letters and the last letter off your first name. Because like the kid's name was William, and now he's Leah, and I'm like, all right.
I hate that guy. I hate that guy.
She's Leah. Sorry. And then I followed it with, I want everyone in this world to be exactly who they feel like they need to be with no judgment or bias. But when it comes to sports, you can miss me with that fucking shit. Those women had worked their asses off to be the best in the world.
See, okay, here, let's just real quick. Cadence just did a karate sport or not. She did her first competition in a sport.
Yeah. There was a 41-year-old former man in there who just kicked her in the fucking head.
And that's the thing is like, if some boy, if a parent who's like, oh, my son identifies as a girl comes in and does the same fucking competition, I'm like, no, motherfucker, like you have a boy. Like just because he wants to identify as a girl doesn't mean he gets to fucking compete with the girls.
Yeah.
Like that has zero to do with a transformation, but somebody has to identify with whatever.
It's people on Twitter who don't know how to use other words, right? Somebody goes transphobe, and I said, none of my trans friends think so.
No, it's like you
I'm not afraid.
Jenner,
I'm not
Caitlyn
afraid
Jenner
of
going out there saying this is all bullshit.
And then someone tweeted back to someone else, goes, you just hate to see strong women doing well. And then someone goes,
actually, I love strong women doing well.
Someone goes, this other lady chimed in and goes, you can totally see that Leah has a penis. And then she goes, well, some women have penises, deal with it. And I just reply back and go, that's not science.
I'm all for females having the equal chance to compete against females. Males against males, females. And this isn't a knock on transgender. If you want to dress like a spaghetti monster and parade around ass chaps and lipstick, I will do it with you. But when it comes to competition, man, woman, trans, if you want to do a trans group, do it.
I've always said, if there's a woman,
that'd be cool.
If there's a woman who could play in the NBA and play at that level of sporting, dude,
let her fucking do it.
Oh my God, I would love that.
Would be stoked.
I love it. The fact is coaching in professional sports. I love what Popovich did with the
100%.
first female. Dude, I don't care. Just
That shit happened so late too. That shit should have been so much earlier because women are so much
Women
smarter than we
so
are.
much smarter, and they're probably like, "Hey, you should play it like this."
Cheryl
Whatever. Like,
Swoops or Cheryl Miller, like, is just as smart of a mind as her brother.
Yeah.
It's these people never get these opportunities given to them, but.
Women have so many better ideas when it comes to that kind of stuff.
women
Like, so the
smarter,
fact that,
men
like,
stronger. Like,
yeah,
it's okay.
like, dude. That's the thing. Is like
Now, here's what if this happens, what if LeBron James tomorrow goes, I'm now LeBron James, I want to go play for the female team.
Fuck LeBron James.
gonna-
And I know
you
Zach
have-
will say the same fucking thing.
have to
Fuck
let him,
him.
right?
But I tell you what, I can't wait to see his 1,700 point game against the Las Vegas Sparks next week.
Sure.
If he
And that's
does
what I'm saying.
that.
Yeah.
It's like, why isn't he doing? Like, come on, like, why not?
Well, he's going to win MVP of the league, which I can't wait for the dude. LeBron James will be on the WNBA trophy. LeBron James. Sorry, I didn't mean to mislabel.
Yeah.
John,
Side note, Joanna Man is a great movie. You guys ever seen that?
what is it? Joanna Man.
Joanna Man.
Man.
Damn,
Oh,
I haven't seen that in so long.
I grew up watching that and Eddie when Whoopi Goldberg was the coach. And so I grew up with females or males as female, whatever it is. I'm like, dude, these
Airbud too. Same.
people- Airbud sucks.
Fuck Airbud.
What would Airbud identify as? Not a good actor.
Not a good dog
speaking
either.
Speaking of women's sports too, this what's her name? Naomi Osaka,
Yes.
the tennis
figure
player.
skater? Oh, tennis player. Yeah.
Tennis player. And then she bowed out because of mental health and all that and blah, blah, blah. But then the other day, she's like had another breakdown because someone screamed, "You suck" at her. I'm like, yo, you got to fucking toughen up, man. I know that mental health, we got to take care of mental health, but like, this is sports. You know the world that you live in. People are going to yell crazy shit to you. Like, that's the thing. People yell crazy. You know how much crazy shit NBA players get yelled to them every second of every day, mostly by me, but you know what I mean? Like,
I'm okay with the yelling, but if you're on the street or I
no,
want
this was
that.
at a game. This was
I
at a
want
match.
that. Wasn't it? Oh, yeah, dude.
This was at a match, and like she broke down about it. I'm like, you can't do that. You got to have tougher
Hey,
skin
what
than that.
do you think fans are yelling at Kyrie Irving in New York?
I think that they better be
That
applauding
they want him to play, dude.
Yeah.
What a
Such a
fucking
joke.
Don't get me started on that, dude. Like,
dude. The fucking theater
Of
that the
comical.
NBA is trying to put up. He can.
Embarrassing.
They got fined for him going in the locker room that he's played in anyway. But
yeah,
because
$50,000.
dude, watching a bunch of sweaty dudes run together, spit on each other, fucking jerk each other off, whatever on the court,
I
and
wish.
then sit on the court next to all the same guys and put on a mask. Get the fuck out of here, man.
Some guy's going up for a dunk, you pull down his pants, give me your dick. Hang on the rim.
Wow.
It's so much theater. It's like, oh, look at this. Look, we're wearing masks on the sideline, even though we were just together. Like, what are you doing? What's the last person you guys know that caught COVID? I haven't heard about it in so long. I feel like it's gone.
There's a war going on. COVID's
Well,
not real.
now that the wars get meeting in the middle somewhere, so COVID will come back before there's a natural disaster.
That's right.
I did
Natural
see.
disaster will be
I did
next.
see I did see a thing about a headline the other day that said double maskers feel Deltacron. So they just took Delta and Omicron and put it together.
Dude,
Deltacron
I'm
coming
honestly,
to a city near you.
I'm over it. It's the theater
over.
is it's done.
It's over. It's done. Dude, I posted that thing about the Nelk Boys yesterday on Facebook where I was just
The
like
what?
talking about the Nelk Boys. They're the ones that did that interview with Donald Trump. on
Yeah,
their
they got
YouTube
pulled
channel.
down on
It got taken down immediately. Well, here's the thing, I didn't even watch the interview. But Jimmy Kimmel was kind of using, his Trump things to attack these kids who have a YouTube channel. By the way, these kids have 5 times as many viewers on a weekly average than Jimmy Kimmel. Yet he's like picking on these kids. And I basically just put out there like, hey, these kids, blah, 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 are X, Y, and Z. And then like the arguments that ensued
It was
on my
comical.
page after that. And then people being like, talking about like COVID and all this stuff. And I go, I said late night TV shows hosts are mad because now this is a dying platform It is. Since Letterman left, it's done. It's done. No one gives a fuck. No one watches it. Remember when we were kids and we would always watch Jay Leno, David Letterman, Conan.
Letterman for me.
Saturday Night Live, Mad TV.
Yeah. You watched all these things. It's where once funny comedians go to die, I feel like. That's just what I feel about it. And we have 1/1,000,000th of the viewership they have. But whatever. For me, the point I was trying to make was these guys are just lashing out at these kids and people like Joe Rogan because they're not on that platform and they get millions more listeners per episode than somebody like Jimmy Kimmel. And so the thing that came up is everyone going, I mentioned Joe Rogan and someone goes, oh, blah, blah, horse medicine. I'm like, we got to stop this fucking horse medicine thing because the truth is it's not fucking horse medicine. And then so they go, then this one lady posted it and said, it's shown that it has no healing properties. I said, okay, if that's what you think, then what you were in turn saying is that it was never going to hurt anybody in the first place.
Right. Oh, but you know what I mean?
If it didn't help, they just got better on their own.
What
like 99.7% of people did.
Didn't that guy who created it win a Nobel Peace Prize for humans, for ivermectin? Yeah. Wasn't that what it was? Yeah, I was just checking.
The actual drug.
Yeah, I was just checking.
What we talked about it on here before. That's like me saying, if I say, listen, ivermectin is one ingredient in like a 52 ingredient horse dewormer, right? I know. We've talked about this before on here, right? Like I give my dog Benadryl. I take Benadryl. I'm not over here saying, no one's telling me I take dog pills.
Do you though?
I told somebody the other day, some guy was arguing with me about it. I go, oh, so you drink giraffe water? You drink the same fucking water a giraffe drinks.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, all right, Paul, let's do this.
Paul reads the news. Paul reads the news.
Yeah.
Headlines. We're all fucked.
Everybody's fucked, ladies and gentlemen. And that's been Paul Reads the News, ladies and gentlemen.
Paul fucks the news.
Good news right there. Man, that was interesting.
I don't fucking care about anything going on in the world right now.
You don't care don't care about your boy, your best friend Pete Davidson sending Kanye a picture.
That's incredible. I
saying
actually
that he's laying in bed with his wife.
That's the only thing I care about because fuck Kanye. You guys know
I do think,
Kanye.
and I don't really want. I mean, okay, fuck it. I'll talk about it. When I
for
find
president.
Absolutely not. I'll move to another fucking country if that dude becomes president.
What's sad is that people could joke. This isn't. I mean, there is the idea of stalking, and that thing for me is an issue. It's like, at what point do you let it? Just seems really weird what he's doing, Kanye, to kids.
Zach, tell me it's not fucking crazy that he bought a house across the goddamn street.
Right. So it's like a movie we're watching. I just feel bad for the kids who are kind of stuck in the middle of this because it's like
they got to see all this shit.
Is it all for theater? Is all the parties in on this for mass likes?
You think Pete Davidson's telling the kids that they can call him daddy?
Dude, I just don't know. I think the stalking thing is an issue, and it's like,
I don't think he's a stalker.
He's a fucking mental case, dude. You can't say he's not.
I can't.
That dude's got bipolar disorder. That dude's got
he's got that.
He's flew over the fucking cuckoo's nest.
I'm gonna take the artistry out of it. I think he's a genius when it comes to artistry.
But he's a psycho.
What he does, but the personal life, there is something. I don't know what the goal is here.
I'm buying a house across the street from my kids too. I mean, I have kids, man. I want to see my kids.
I got kids too, but he didn't do it for the fucking kids, dude.
Yeah, it's
come on. He ain't doing it for the fucking.
Oh, here's a weird thing I heard though too. So Kanye sends that or Pete sends that text.
Oh, time out. Hold on.
What's up, guys? Taking a break from the podcast real quick to tell you about why you need to use Manscape. Paul, do you know why you need to use Manscape?
Because I'm horrible with a razor.
That's true. And you know what? And most of the time with a razor, if you're anything like me and you have unsteady hands, you will cut yourself. And with Manscaped, you're probably not going to cut yourself. I don't see yourself cutting yourself, honestly. John's got the shirt on right now. Check it out. I just got this box from Manscaped. It is one of my favorite boxes, and I'm going to tell you why. It also has
that's a deal. Like, you get a lot of stuff on that deal.
It also has the ball deodorant in it. But this thing right here, you want to get down there? You want to get in there? Do you want to get down? Do you want to think
Give
of
yourself
Axl
a nice
Rose's
fade?
The Axl Rose's voice? Welcome to the jungle. That's where you want to get to. This is what you use.
So clean it up.
Listen, and honestly, I'm a big fan. the weed whacker that John has, one of my favorite things in the world. But another thing about the Manscaped stuff, waterproof, amazing. Also, something that they don't talk about on the Manscaped thing is how amazing the boxers are. I'm a big fan of the boxers. So
Trying to get in those.
dude, they're so comfy actually. So, and honestly, the weed whacker that John has right there, one of my favorite things because I get those wild.
Can you use that
nose
on the
hairs.
ear? Can you use that on your ears
Probably
too?
can,
Right?
Yeah, I'm sure you can.
You can use
John.
it on any hole you have.
Listen, guys, waterproof helps prevent nicks, helps prevent a bloody mess like a murder scene down there. Also, listen, let's keep your balls clean for you ladies, guys. You want to keep your balls clean? Here's what you do. You go to manscaped.com and you're going to use the code SUPSCAPE. That's SUPSCAPE for 20% off. Do the right thing for your lady or your man or your significant, whatever they are.
Ladies,
whatever
you can buy
like to
this
do.
too.
Honestly,
Please.
ladies, it's a good gift for your man or it's a good gift for yourself. I enjoy it. I don't know how much hair you like to but here's the thing. If you like a good like soft fade down there, ladies, get you a Manscaped. We'll call it Womanscaped. We don't care. We'll change the name. Whatever.
International Women's Day. Every day for
allow us to do
Manscaped.
whatever we want, guys. So here's what you do. Make sure you go to Manscaped. Get your balls right for your ladies, guys. Come on. What are we doing down here?
Ball
It's
deodorant.
It's 2020.
Game
Dude,
changer.
I'm telling you right now, the ball deodorant it's so
Works.
It's so clutch because it's a little cleaner. You don't have to get in the shower. It just freshens them up a little bit. A little bit on there. So go to manscaped.com, use the code SUPSCAPE, get your 20% off, take care of your balls, tell them the seemingly unknown sent you, and get your balls right.
Pete Davidson kicked back for a long time, letting fucking Kanye do all of his
100%.
antics and all of his
He
bullshit.
took it on the
and
chin.
finally, Pete Davidson's like, "Fuck you, motherfucker! I'm not taking it anymore."
It's
Like,
a sick burn.
sick
And
burn.
honestly,
I'm all about it.
other than that, he was pretty
So tight.
Honestly, other than that, he was pretty laid back in the rest of of the text. He was like trying to get the guy help and all this stuff. And Kanye was too. Kanye was like, we ain't gonna do it this way. If you want to come to Sunday service, that's that. But I will say this. It did resurface a rumor that I kind of know to be true, just from mutual friends, is that, you know, Pete Davidson sent a bunch of pictures basically of him fucking Ariana Grande to Mac Miller right before Mac Miller killed himself. So Pete Davidson might be a piece of shit.
Pete Davidson's a dark motherfucker, though. Like,
That's a little bit of a piece of shit move, though.
okay.
He's
Is
also
it the
from
reason
Long
Mac
Island, so
Miller-
like, is he not a piece of shit?
That's what I'm saying,
Wait,
though. Like,
were Mac Miller and Ariana Grande like a legit thing?
Yo, for years.
Oh, I only found Mac Miller after he passed away.
but despite
they were together for a long time.
everything, for him to take as much shit as Kanye, all of the antics Kanye was putting up, for him to finally spout back and be like, "Yo,
In bed with your wife.
tight," like.
I
tight
did
as
love it.
fuck.
I kind of loved it.
Like,
a little
yeah,
petty.
kinda.
Kind of loved it though. I was
But
like,
after all the shit Kanye's done, like,
yo, that's
come on,
that.
man.
Here's the thing. The truth is all of us in the position that Pete David and I love Kanye West, and no one will ever make me not love Kanye West.
Sure.
But if we're Pete Davidson and all the shit that's been going on in media, Pete doesn't have social media or anything like that. So like, we're all sending that text. We're all sending that text.
Part of me wants Kanye to sleep with Pete Davidson's mother.
100%. Keep this
So next
rivalry
time when
going.
Pete Davidson calls
I
Kanye a
believe-
motherfucker, when next
I
time
want-
Pete calls Kanye a
Literally.
motherfucker, Kanye goes, yeah, I am.
I want
Call me
all-
daddy.
Yeah, I want all the smoke from all sides. I think that I just need. Listen. I want this shit to be Petty. I mean Richard Petty. I mean Tom Petty. I want all the Petty. I want. them-
Kyle Petty. I mean,
That's
Kyle,
a lot
the
of
whole
Petty.
goddamn
That's
family.
a lot of death there.
Okay.
Richard Petty's still alive, dickhead.
Yeah, but Tom Petty's not.
He is not. I want it to be so. I hope it gets even pettier. Honestly. All right, John. What do you got?
John the Shaman, keeping you on track. All you gotta do is touch his big old sack of mail.
This is actually from a mail, and this bunch of questions to us. Like, this is some of the best questions I think anyone has ever.
Did we do a
sent in.
question last week?
Fire or drowning? So
Terrible.
this is from a mail. Here we go. First question to us: what's the strangest thing, object, liquid, innocent bystander your hog has ever been in contact with?
Oh, wow.
Woo!
Are we doing this on this podcast? Because this might get us fucking canceled here.
What's the strangest thing your hog has come in contact with? I mean, I would say like condiments, maybe like honey or stuff. In terms of food,
Yeah, I had someone back in the day put like chocolate sauce or like
that's
not honey. Honey's
who
too hard to
hasn't?
clean up.
Not if you're a bear.
I'll tell you what. One
Some
time,
peanut butter if you're a dog.
One time when I was a teenager, I said I was at my buddy's house and I was about to hook up with this girl, and I was like, "Hey man, you have any condoms?" And he gave me an unlubricated condom. That was the worst thing I've ever felt in my entire life.
That's pretty
Yeah,
bad.
why not use a fucking freezer bag with a Ziploc?
Might
Or
as
your
well have.
shopping bag at that rate.
It was terrible, dude. Terrible.
Wow.
Anything? Have you been like near a tree or like anything like that? Like any like grass, maybe? Yeah, with grass, probably. I think my dick's been in the dirt.
Probably stuck my dick between a couple couch cushions when I was younger, just to see if it felt.
Well, that's the next question. What's the strangest object you've tried to masturbate with?
The strangest what?
The strangest object you've tried to masturbate with.
Fleshlight.
Yeah, flashlights are weird. They're trippy.
They're super weird.
I've never used a flashlight.
Well, fuck us then. We're the assholes, I guess.
We should imagine
We
have
could. I was gonna say we could. Let's see if we can get another sponsor here real quick.
Yeah, bro. Get the John Guarneri signature flashlight.
Hair included.
It's my actual hair.
It's literally the back half from his like waist down is his butt. It's got a bunch of hair.
Let's see if we can get Manscape to co-sponsor it, and you can like shave John's ass. Like,
Shave my asshole and fuck it.
The signature John Guarneri fleshlight, and it's literally from the back down, just hairy, there's dimples in it, stretch marks, just fucking gross.
Oh, looks like a balloon knot.
wow! Oh wow!
Oh, these spokes look weird. All right, anyway.
Oh God, how much man batter
Oy.
do you think you've consumed eating out within your lifetime?
I don't want to think about that. I don't
Oh,
want
eating.
to think about that.
Yeah.
Oh God,
My own or somebody else's?
I don't want to think about that.
You asked the question, I'm gonna push it.
yeah. Paul, me and Paul send each other our flashlights. It's like our Gatorade. It's like our
Like,
hydration.
hey, I'm hungry.
Ugh.
I don't love that. I don't like to think about that, man. I really don't like to think about that shit. Like where it's like,
Where
how
it's
many
been?
how many pubic hairs have I eaten in my lifetime and shit?
How much do you think though? Like,
I don't know. Hopefully only my wife's.
do you think there is a part in a sex, like a toy shop, where there's like a return area where it's like, like a return bin?
No, motherfucker, you can't return that stuff.
You can't return that stuff.
Sex
Really?
objects can never be returned.
No,
Is that
you
is
can't.
that a real thing?
Yes, that they cannot be returned. You can't return underwear.
Oh, I mean, there's some places in West Virginia. I think it's not actually not. found.
Probably in Memphis too, but I mean, in normal places you can't return that shit.
The post-apocalyptic panties. Remember?
Oh my god.
Post-apocalyptic Memphis panties. Oh, here goes the meteorite.
Oh my god,
Oh boy.
John, what else do you have?
Oh, fuck.
Zach is unamused right now.
Here's a question. I think it's geared towards Zach, actually. What okay, for all you guys, debate the best song ever from different genres of music: hip hop, rap, country, or rock.
Too hard. I can't do
It's
that.
gonna take
Way
a
too
while.
hard.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
Way
a
too
while.
hard.
The best songs,
Yeah, best song of those genres.
dude. Where do you start? Like,
I mean, for me, rock, my favorite song of all time anyway is With or Without You by U2. Country song, I would say The Grand Tour by George Jones, which is like the saddest song of all time.
Is there a no one like Tim McGraw and Nelly did a song together, which I think is a banger. What's the best collaboration between two different genres of music you think is out there?
Run DMC and Aerosmith.
Classic.
Yeah, I mean that kind of started the whole deal, right?
Like
You
where's
can't-
like
how
the
do you top
Josh? Where's like the Josh Groban like Ludacris? Like hit us with that.
You got Lil
me
Nas
down for
X and yeah,
Oh yeah, Lil Nas X and Billy Ray Cyrus.
Billy Ray.
Yeah.
Like, man, that's hard. I mean, I can get lost in hip hop alone.
Prove it.
Fuck, I don't know, man. That's hard.
I mean, hip hop alone, man. Like I'm gonna pick 3. I'm gonna pick Sucker MCs, Run DMC.
Never heard of it.
I'm gonna say Straight Outta Compton.
Mm-hmm.
And man, like as much as I want to do like a
Dude, Rough Riders has to be in that.
Dude, you can put. I mean, that's things you can put any fucking like Tupac. You can put his top 10 alone in the fucking number one. Like Ice Cube, No Vaseline. Like you can do Biggie Small. Like it's too hard. Like I can't pick.
Dude, Cisco.
I wouldn't be able to pick.
there's too many. I mean, dude, honestly,
Song.
even like something like Lose Yourself by Eminem is a great
That's what I'm saying. It's a banger.
rap song.
That's a good question, but it's too hard to choose.
Hypnotized by Notorious B.I.G. Jesus Walks.
Yeah.
Fuji's.
Yeah.
Fuji's got some bangers.
One. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
No.
Good question, but that's a hard one.
Yeah.
Like No
That's
Vaseline. No Vaseline is one of my favorite Ice Cube songs. just
One of the
'cause
best
I like,
diss songs of all time.
I like it. The original diss song, bro.
The original diss, like you don't top. So
No,
yeah,
there's
that's a
no
good question,
there's
but that's
no topping that diss track.
no.
Although, what was
Nas's diss song for Jay-Z was
the
fire.
the Drake to Meek Mill, the second one, back to back, bro.
well, the Eminem
Murder.
diss track, the Machine Gun Kelly was great too.
Let's
Disagree. MGK bodied Eminem on that, and that's not because I'm friends with MGK. I just think that Eminem song was not. It was like so not Eminem. It just wasn't good. And I thought MGK like. People get too
MGK
ego involved in that. The MGK song to Eminem was like fucking legit, and then the Eminem comeback was like, all right,
I might have to listen to it then because
yeah. No. Lyrically, MGK won that battle.
They,
People, elitists will say he didn't, but I think he did.
Here's a question for you guys. In terms of money, talking about Ice Cube here, has Ice Cube or will Ice Cube make more money from his music catalog or everything else, television, movies?
music catalog.
I don't know, man.
That's tough,
what-
man.
The Friday
Okay,
The
stuff.
Friday franchise
like,
alone.
He's even like, yeah, it's just like I'm trying to look like people like that. I'm always kind of thinking because they have to get that two.
But he's still getting royalties from publishing.
Well, that's what
and
I'm
this
saying,
and that.
but
Like
he's
how many
still
songs he's had, like in
But you have to look at the big three league now. Like there's certain aspects of his life.
He makes
Like
a lot of
it's
money.
really cool. It's really cool
He's
how
a
someone like
smart-
that, the entrepreneurship, how smart he is, the street hustle. Dude, Ice Cube he's
revolutionary.
You never hear any
yeah.
like bad shit about it. Be like no drama at home, no tabloid fodder. It's either good stuff or just him talking sports.
Nothing at all, yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I like that. But that's all I got.
Those are good
all right,
questions.
let's do some gripes.
You better watch out. You better be nice, or you might find yourself in Zach's gripes.
Can you guys chat about who does your lips so we don't have to play the lip lotter anymore? You know, because like some
What do
girls
you
get
mean?
them, some girls get them done and they just look atrocious. They look like 2 tire inflatables. It's like
Yeah.
it looks so weird. You guys just listen, find the one with the best one, and just all you fucking people go to that guy. Stop fucking with your lips and going to like discount fucking lip
What's the
market.
worst thing to be faked out by? Fake lips, fake hair, fake eyelashes, like
Fake
tit,
pussy.
I knew that was going to be something John would say. I was just
What is happening? No,
How do you tell?
yeah, I think the lips to me because it's such an easy fuck up.
I just don't get why
That's on
can't
your fucking
girls,
face. Like,
why can't girls or guys just be themselves? Like, I don't get it. I'm very anti Botox or implants. I'm just like, be yourself. Like, right?
I
Like,
like
don't
a
know.
naturally pretty girl, but I've seen people that have shit done that
What
still
about
look
dog?
normal, and they don't look like a
Right,
fucking
okay.
Men in Black alien.
Right.
I got a problem with really pretty people in fucked up states, like West Virginia. Like, we just had a show there, and I was like, yo, that's a really attractive girl. I was
Yeah.
like, what are you doing here in West Virginia? You know
She's
what I'm
just
saying?
waiting on
Like,
you to take her out of this town, dude.
I was like, what is happening? Like,
I was like, you have a sister? Because man, you are good looking.
Yeah.
no, but you know what I'm saying? Like, you go to some cities and you're like, you wouldn't expect good looking people there, and you're like,
Let me tell you this: if you're in the South or Arizona, you're going to see good-looking people. And I'm not just saying that because you live there. Those are just the two places I've found.
you do. Like,
If you want to do it by state, where it's like margins per state, Arizona, Florida,
good looking people.
And this is also the most old people, so that's a weird juxtaposition. But
That is true.
you know, anyway, all right. What else we got?
What state do you hold on? Time out. Well, I know you got your gripes. What state do you think has the ugliest people?
New Mexico's up there for sure.
New Mexico, Ohio,
Does New Mexico have enough people
where
there
it's
to
cold.
judge?
Somewhere where it's cold and people's skin crack a lot.
There is a lot of people in New Mexico who look like old coin purses or like catch or miss.
I'm not going to say what I was about to say because I would have gotten us.
Well, we're getting canceled now.
Yeah.
Anyway, can we stop with like the official so and so of so and so? Like I was watching basketball the other day, and it was like the official sausage of the SEC. Like, is it? Is this the official
You're
sausage?
only allowed to eat these sausages.
This is
The only kielbasa.
the only sausage of the SEC. I don't know. That shit just fucking bothered me. I was just like,
That's
Any-
a good one.
yeah. Also, for your security, your account has been locked. The other day, I was flying on American Airlines.
Your security.
For your security. I was flying on American Airlines, which, by the way, fuck American Airlines.
Oh yeah.
And so, for me, I got on, and I had to get my. First of all, I had my backpack. I flew to Tulsa with it, and when I was trying to leave Tulsa, the lady was like, "Oh, you got to check that." I go, "I didn't check it on the way here. I flew on American Airlines, and nothing has changed. Why do I have to check this bag?" So I'm like, fuck this lady. But I couldn't get on my app because for my security, my app had been locked. I was like, that's so fucking stupid. I don't know if somebody was trying to like log into my account or what, but I was like, this is fucking dumb, and it made me mad. Anyway, what else do I got? I have fuck American Airlines. It just says that.
Naturally.
Literally.
I fucking hate them. Also, I don't like people saying it's a boring drive. Every fucking drive is boring. You know, people are like, "Oh, that drive's kind of boring. You don't see anything." Every fucking drive's boring.
Depends on the company you keep, in my opinion. Like,
Unless you're in fucking Montana
Or Memphis.
or Wyoming, yeah, because people are getting shot. You know,
you're just playing I Spy
exciting.
in Montana. You're like, I Spy.
Yeah, you know what we do because we drive to Wisconsin a lot, is we play the alphabet game a lot, which is like you have to pick, you find all the letters.
Is this you and Bethany or the kids too?
Me and Bethany. Ollie can play it now. Ollie's big enough to play it now. Anyway, I hate that. It's a boring drive. Like I'll talk about like driving to like Little Rock from Memphis and be like, "Oh, it's a boring drive." I'm like, every fucking drive is boring. If you're driving, they're all boring.
Yeah.
This is not really a gripe, but more of a funny thing. The other day when we were in Ohio, I went through a Wendy's drive-through, and it was only like 10 o'clock at night, but I guess the drive-through was closed, but I didn't know that, so I'm sitting there waiting because a car was in front of me and was there for a minute, like they were ordering, and then they drove up, and then I'm sitting at the thing waiting to order, and this older guy comes up to me, and instead of like rolling down my window and saying it's closed, he just looked at me and he just pointed to Wendy's. He goes,
Oh my God.
Was he Bloodsport?
Dude,
What's going on here?
Yeah.
So I literally,
They're gonna
all I
murder
typed
you.
in, all I literally typed in for my notes this week was Wendy's guy trying to kill me. He just walked up to me. He literally pulls up to the side and he's like points at the Wendy's and he goes,
It's just the Undertaker. It's just
"Hey Mark, is the Wendy's closed?" Second, people should really look at their sign fonts. This is a chain, but have you guys ever seen
what?
their sign fonts for their businesses? like how close letters look. Have you guys seen this vape store called Avail Vapor? It's like AVAIL, but their font, it looks exactly like anal vapor.
That's
Dude,
the new thing, I guess.
Anal vapor. Hold on, I'm gonna try to find the Avail vapor.
You throw the vape in your asshole.
John, while he does that, I have a side note for John. I was just in the Northeast. I was in Providence, New Hampshire, came down to Massachusetts, blah, blah. There is nothing, John, more unattractive than a female's Massachusetts accent.
Nothing.
Nothing. Tell me I'm wrong, John.
No, but I grew up with it, so it doesn't. Once I left here, if I'm out somewhere else and I hear it out there, I know where it is. And then I start making fun of it. But when you're here, I don't really.
You don't catch it?
Yeah, well, it's one of those things. I'm just so numb to it because it is so stupid.
Oh, it was so rough. I was like, every time I'd hear a woman talk, I'm like, oh, she's really pretty. And then, fucking, hey, kid, come on, fucking do that. I'm like, oh my God. Like, I gotta go get the cats. I was like, the what? The cats. I was like, the carts? Yeah, the cats. I was like, holy shit.
I love your tattoos. You have them on your cock.
Oh, that's so fucking cool.
You should fuck me in Dorchester.
My Dorchester.
Oh my God. I can't wait to see your cock. It's going to be amazing.
It's so gross.
We're going to suck you off of Bethune there, guy. Let's go, kid.
Terrible. All right. I got to go to soccer practice.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in this week to this week's episode of Seemingly Unknown Podcast. John, do you have a question for this week?
Yeah. Would you rather be abducted by a crime lord in either Calcutta or Peru?
That's not a good question. Specific.
No, hold on. You got to marry one, kill one, fuck one between me, John, and Zach. Pick. There's
what a great question.
Guys or girls, chime in.
Guys or girls. I want to know every answer. If you have the answers or if you have dreams that you'd like us to analyze because you're psychotic or any advice you'd like us to give you because you're also psychotic, shoot us an email at suplifeadvice@gmail.com. Paul?
suplifeadvice@gmail.com.
John?
suplifeadvice@gmail.com.
As always, be sure to check out John's other podcast, Spirit Talk Podcast, and we will see you next week. You nerds. Take care. See you later. Bye.